message right now is we are getting into alignment with our truths. And our truths is what is going to connect the two tetrahedrons, because that is what we're doing right now with this Gemini energy and the full moon being in Gemini, because by the time that we get to the new moon in Cancer, we will have the masculine and feminine energies, the two tetrahedrons connected. This is how we do so. When we are lower vibrational with our swords, we are not connected to our truths. First of all, this is gossip. This is connected to the devil energies. This is just spreading lies, deceit, not even being honest with ourselves. And this is creating negative templates within our universe. And here, with the Knight of Swords, look at that. We're not even in control with our truths. We're just on a downward spiral here. What we're doing is we're just creating for our own personal gain. And it's for whatever excitement that this sword is connected to. It's for excitement. It's not for being connected to the light, our intentions of the light. But when we are in alignment with these energies and we are higher vibrational, this sword is just connected to our truth and our innocence. And that's what we are restoring our innocence between the masculine and feminine, the purification process, in order to connect these two tetrahedrons and create the Six of Cups energy. And look at that. I just want you to see the symbolism here. Look at that horse, even how it's changed. But you see the transformation, right? Look at the horns. It's transformed through the dark, and it understands why it must connect to the light and lead with its light and lead with truth. We are breaking the disconnect between the masculine and feminine, and it has everything to do with the energies of the moon. And we are going to connect these two tetrahedrons, whichever way you want to look at it. And there will be two tetrahedrons connected in order to create love with the masculine and feminine. In order to do so, we must fix our disconnect on the path of the moon. Right now, this is not healthy energy. We're going to put the cards like this so you can see the great symbolism. On the path of the moon here, we're connected to our illusions, our fantasies. We're not necessarily creating with truth here. And there can be much deception happening here. We must connect to our truths. And that is connected to the sword of clarity, the sword of the light. And here you can see this mechanism. We will be having a reading in the future just on this mechanism alone, because it's connected to a card we have received here before. What we must do is see through our illusions and connect to what is truthful. And we must create with what is truthful for us. And this is using truth on a whole new level. This is being able to balance logic and reason with your intuition and to create balance and partnership. And we are creating balance and partnership because we are connecting the energy of the masculine and feminine, the two tetrahedrons. We are restoring balance and flow. And I want you to see that. Even look at that. Look at how you can see these two cards are connected. We are lit with the energy of the light. Now, let's go a little bit deeper into this, and then we will get our reading. And guys, please remember, we will be having some more fun stuff here down the road. We're going to be doing some celebrating. But right now, we're going to get the information we need to get to continue on this transformation, because there's incredible things happening. And this has a lot to do with that annular solar eclipse in Capricorn on the 26th. Let's get the rest of this message. How are we going to see through our illusions? Well, first we need to find our way. We need to find the light. And right here, we are connected to the energy of the vortex, the emptiness. And we know that when we try to fill an empty hole, nothing happens. What we need to do is to shift and connect to the light, the sun and the moon. And there is much representation here. There's water and air, as well as the sun and the moon. And this is connected to the meeting of yin and yang. the masculine and feminine, the sun and the moon, right? We know that it's all about creating the Six of Cups. Now, right here, this is where we are connected to this energy. We're unsatisfied. This is causing us frustration, dissatisfaction. As I'm making up my own word. And it's not allowing us to be happy. What we want to do is to shift things around. And now we are connected to the light. And we are feeling love. We are feeling connection. We are feeling what it's like to feel contentment. Peace, because we know we are creating peace on the path of the moon. And it's peace and harmonization and clarity that allows the connection. And look at that. Body, mind, soul. Masculine, feminine, child. Earth, heavens, and us. We are creating with a number 9, and that is life. 3, 6, and 9. We're going to break the disconnection between the masculine and feminine. And this is all about, even if you're in separation, you know you're connected. You know your connection. You cannot lose the yin to your yang and the yang to your yin. We are just having an experience here in order to restore flow, evolve, and heal with Mother Earth. We're creating environments that create holistic health and healing for the building of the golden ages. We restore connection and flow with the generous charge. And look at, that's us. We connect within. We're connecting within to without. And this is sacral chakra, solar plexus healing with a recalibration to the heart. This allows us to battle these devil energies. And we know that's what Capricorn is bringing on, the energies of Capricorn. It's to battle this, and it's to shed another layer of ego so we can create this light for the golden ages. What we're going to do is we're going to see through our illusions. And that's what this cup is about. Look, I want you to see. Here, we're connected within the cup. Look at that. All of our fancy stuff, we think that makes us feel so good, but it doesn't really. It's an impulse. It only lasts for so long. Then we must do it again. We're going to see through our illusions, and we know we're going to sustain with the cup. And we're going to create the energy of Taurus. We're going to learn how to pour out some of these cups, what's stagnant in them, not get high off the nostalgia from the past. Let me rephrase that and say it properly. But we know some of our cups have to be poured out. They've gotten stagnant. We're going to fill up some new cups, and we're going to continue to work with those cups in order to create the energy of the Taurus. And that's what restores flow. In doing so, as you can see the connection between all these cards, you can see the flow. It has everything to do with the Seven of Swords, because right here, let me put it like this, get it proper. We're connected to our heartbreak, so we're creating with our heartbreak, and that has us lost. We're not healing here. This is an environment that creates sickness. What we want to do is we want to connect to the Four of Swords and regain clarity of the light and stability of the light. And in doing so, we also want to look to spirit and to our starseed homes and roots, because this is allowing us to temper the oceans. And the water is what is connected to the cups. Now we're in the Four of Swords, and this is the key, this is the trick. Here in the Four of Swords, we're not allowing regeneration. We're allowing what we've seen within the light to deplete our energies. We're not allowing transformation. This is where the transformation, the shift begins. We go within. We allow regeneration. We allow our truths. Our truths are what set us free. Look at that. We have a sword of clarity for the 3D. For the 5D, this is connected to the 2. We're connected to the light. We are creating with life. Let's regenerate. Because now look, we have our rebirth, and look at that beautiful energy. That's Kundalini activation. This is creating with the energy of the caduceus, the healing energy, the path we set off. That's in the Two of Cups as twin flames. We're the serpents, and we transform to the phoenix rising from the ashes. And we are going to cut away what's lower vibrational. And look at this. And what they're showing me is this is the beating of our heart. And now we're beating with our truths, the energy of authentic tune. And we know we're connecting the swords to the wands. We need the firepower because we're going to put the firepower to the cup, the masculine energy, the father energy to the cups energy, the water energy, but we need the swords right now. And then we're going to ground it with the pentacles. We have the Queen of Wands. She's connected to the Empress right now. And she's helping us to reveal our light, our authentic tune, and to act with it and to allow our flame of connections. We need to surrender. We need to surrender to the cup and creating with the cups. And we need to allow what needs to leave, and what needs to stay. And we need to understand the flow between the cups in order to create wish fulfillment and our 10 of Cups. This allows the connection between the feminine and the masculine. And I want you to see something very important here. The Emperor is connected to the moon, and he's creating with the energy of the Fibonacci spiral, everlasting life. And look at this. This is the sacred container full of God consciousness. And this is connected to solar plexus healing. With the feminine, she is connected to the sun. She's also connected to her starseed roots and homes, as well as the earth. And she's creating with life here. She's just allowing life to expand. She's not trying to control it. And that has to do with the two tetrahedrons coming together. And that's what we know. Look at the moon is right on this card, the mystery card. And that mystery card is connected to Temperance. And the energy of Temperance mixed with the Lovers. And I want you to see, here we're not allowing in the transformation, the connection from the heavens to the earth in this sacred container. Look at that, the water. Now we're going to spill out the water that needs to go. We're going to allow transformation at hand. So we're connecting with, in Temperance, the energy of fire, the masculine, and water, the cups, the feminine. And look at the transformation. We let in Temperance and we come together because we're creating from within to without. And now we have reconnected to our spirit in a whole new way. And this is activations. And here we're still bound to lust, to the ego energies. We're just being puppeted here. We're being bound. We're not doing that. We're transforming here. And it is thanks to, we know, sister and brother wind. When we start recreating connection, and this is the Six of Cups, we have faith. And look at all those connections that we are building. And we're building with the elements. And it's through love. We're creating flow through love. And we allow change. And look at that activation. And we connect the masculine and feminine. And look at the tetrahedrons. In fact, this Empress is creating with many shapes. She's reconnected to the moon. She's seen through illusions, everlasting life. Look at that. We have the eagle. We're connected to spirit there. We have the bird's eye view, and there is spirit. And now, masculine. Look at that. Everlasting life. Look at the bird right there on his foot. And we've done it. We've connected the masculine and feminine energies. And look at that. The sun is now the female representation. And the two tetrahedrons right there have come together and formed one. And look at the light, the flame now within. It's been set free. Twin flames. Now let's get the message of this mystery card. The mystery card It can be viewed as the master card of the deck, the overarching card of spiritual realization, which contains the concepts of birth, death, and karmic transition. Over time, this card meaning becomes clear. And that's what we're doing. We are making a karmic transition and we are reconnecting. We're reconnecting to create love. Let's just get a message and we're going to set up the reading. Oh, and there it is. From the Sacred Mirrors cards, guys. From the Sacred Mirrors cards, there it is. What a beautiful card. Look at that. Look at all those transformations. That is enlightenment. Look at the serpents. All right. That's what the card says right here. Anyone that wants to pronounce that, good luck. Om Mana Padam Hum. Oh, hail the jewel in the lotus. Jewel, our own Buddha nature. Lotus, our lives. Buddha of active compassion. Liberator of all. Who vows to return to the world of suffering until each and every sentient being is free from perpetual unsatisfactoriness. It is the vow to bring liberation to all beings. The Buddha must inhabit the three realms. Our outer physical manifest worlds, where we are taught the realm of inner visionary richness, rainbow light and higher awareness, mirroring a transcendent void that is simultaneously an ocean of boundless compassion. Sprouting 1,000 arms, the 11-headed deity with eyes of unobstructed vision in each outstretched palm reaches to heal and uplift. It is the transcendental growing of being here, a golden field of Buddhas. Reflection, compassion, and that's where we're reflecting back. We're reflecting compassion to restore this connection. Now let's get our reading. Let's see what's going down. I'm just going to show you here how I've set up the cards in order to receive the message, because this is the flow that they go in. The Five of Pentacles is connected to the Seven of Swords. That's where we stop with our heartbreak and we reflect and we're creating there. The Devil is connected to our death and rebirth. And are we going to allow transformation from this space? We have the Star and it's connected to the Hanged Man. And we must allow our connection to our star homes and the light of the sun and the moon to allow us to transform and surrender to the disconnect from the devil energies. And here, that's connected to Temperance and allowing ourselves to be tempered and working with the cups. Look at how we're working with the cups in this Nine of Cups energy through Temperance. We are expanding. We are creating connection. We are not dissatisfied here with what we're creating. It's filling our cups. And that allows a reconnection to the path of the moon and a recalibration with the feminine energies and the connection and reflection of love. And we now break the disconnect because we've done work with the devil energies. And that's the gift of the Capricorn energy. And what are we doing with? We have the sun and the moon together, and that allows connection to the masculine, the Emperor, two now counterparts in alignment, wholeness restored. And let's move over here for a second. And this is working with the lovers now, because we've restored connection right here. Sun and moon, Emperor and Empress, yin and yang in flow. And look at that. It's all connected to the Six of Cups. And we've restored connection. Masculine, feminine, child, body, mind, soul, earth, heavens, and ourselves. We are creating with a number 9. We are creating with life. And it's connected here to the Two of Pentacles. Now look at that. We've gone from a disconnect to a connection. Destroying to creating, creating to destroy, to creating. And now we have restored balance. And this card was on the bottom of the deck in this reading. It was sitting there on the bottom of the deck. We've restored flow from the devil energies. And we freed the feminine connection to the masculine, restoring wholeness. Let's get our message now of where things shift. and begin to change on the path of the moon. Now everything is all set up here. Let's see. Let's get our message. This is where things shift, and it all has to do with this mystery card. And this mystery card has changed my life. The ocean. And when I was pre-shuffling the cards, the forest came out. The ocean and the forest. What a beautiful synchronicity, because look at, we have the ocean, and the next card is the forest. The unconscious, the depths, the incomprehensible. The power of the ocean is unmatched. To step into its salty waters is to step into the unknown. By its sheer volume, the ocean represents the unconscious, all that is beyond our understanding. We cannot live within the ocean. We cannot claim it, manage it, or own it. It rejects our every attempt to dominate nature. Yet amid its overwhelming power, it calls to us, inspires us, and invigorates our life on land. It dissolves the little us into the big us. When the energy of the ocean is present, there is change stirring that is beyond any change you've ever known before. The ego must dissolve. The saline swells work on your very cells, your fibers, your deepest underlying beliefs. Like Aphrodite, we rise from the ocean's forth a new being. Life is change. Let the wave crash. And that's what we're doing. This is like the letting go card we've seen here before, of the little water droplet that's taking its last moment in time while it's separate, and it's about to flow off the leaf of the lotus and into the ocean and become one with the ocean. And that's what we're doing. We're becoming one. We're ending separateness and we're becoming one through the water energies. That's how we are restoring the connection for the feminine. When we are in the lightness of this card, we are deeper than deep. We have big dreams and discovery. When we're in the darkness of this card, we are drowned, polluted, and unpredictable. So we need to allow the positive charge of the life with light. The ocean displays every emotion without shame. To witness its glassy, moonlit surface and its unforgiving storms is to know the full spectrum of the human experience. And that's what we're doing. We're understanding the true human experience through the spectrum, and that's the reflection of love. That's how we're creating it. Study waves, touch their surface, get in the water, even where you live. Each drop is part of the whole. The ocean is in every tear. And now we're connecting to the forest. The woods, the ticket, the jungle. Consider for a moment your earliest memory of the forest. It's likely it included all the mythic dynamics of this archetypical space. A little fear, a little enchantment, perhaps losing your way, perhaps discovering a secret mystical treasure. Such is the magic of the forest. It requires first that you enter it and then that you get lost within it. You may think there is a path to lead you straight through, but soon enough you'll be on what is known as the pathless path. There are tricksters here, dense foliage and enlightenment, but equally present are the glimmers of fairy light and friends among the trees. You're on an adventure now, and there's no turning back, so embrace the dim light and the moving shadows, whether literal or imaginal. Brave the forest and get lost getting found. Now this is all about magic abounds, childlike wonder, and advancement with adventure. Because we're not in concealment, we're not in the dark with density and savagery. If you get out of the forest without feeling lost, you are only in a little grove of trees. The great archetypical forest requires we spend at least one night frightened for our life. And that's what we're doing. We know we just had the longest night. The hunter, the maiden, the crone, and the shaman make regular appearances in the forest. Don't be surprised if these cards come up together. Let the narrative reveal itself. The maiden, the feminine, right? The crone, feminine energy, and the shaman. And we know now we're advancing with our gifts, we're mastering ourselves. And this is the gift of the winter solstice. It's reflecting, it's the reflection of past, present, and future. And it has to do with the cup. And we don't continue to get high off the past, and that's keeping us stuck to the devil energies and not allowing purification of the cup. We have to pour out the past now. The past is done, it's part of us. But now we're creating a new. We have to get lost in the moment. We have to get lost in the wonder. And then we have to be able to look towards the future. But we're creating with the charge within the moment. And that's thanks to the child. Now let's get some messages from the child. As I've been called to have the patch tarot here representing the child and what the child has to say. Because we know the child is helping to free us. The Nine of Swords. We're ending cruelty with that Gemini energy. And this is brother and sister wind. We're no longer feeling remorse. This is connected to, this is what's keeping us connected to the devil energies. The Nine of Swords. And it's also what's connecting us to the Two of Swords in an unhealthy way. And look at this. We have our resurrection and evolution. We connect the masculine and the feminine together. And we connect it to our passions, our strength. And this is heart-centered. And look, there's the energy of the Kundalini, the Caduceus. And that's what we need to do here. We need to connect. Because what we're doing is, it's about the Kundalini, the Caduceus energy, the creation of flow between our chakras, and how we're going to achieve that. And it has to do with the Earth Star and the Soul Star right now. And that's how we're blossoming with our God and Goddess energy. And it's connected to the Prince of Discs. We become pragmatic. This is where we connect the masculine and feminine. And look at, there's the cocoon and the seed of life within there. But we're going to expand with our spheres of knowledge from death. Because this is where we expand with our spheres of knowledge. And it's connected to the Empress. And look at that. That's what this is all about right now. We know. It's the nurturing energy. We're no longer neglecting the healthy flow of the water energies and the protection that offers us. And then too, when we are nurturing thyself and we're connecting ourselves from the heavens to the earth through ourselves. And there's the moon. And there's also a little bird in there. There's a little bird in the corner of this card, and it means something. Because now there is the Six of Cups. We've restored love from lust. We have restored purity. And we're transmuting through the Princess of Discs. Hi, boo-boo. And the Prince of Cups.
Hello.
Hi. And the Prince of Cups.
Come subscribe to my mom.
Thanks, boo. And it's connected to the Seven of Wands. We're having the courage to become heart-centered and heal with the stability of the Four of Discs. And this has everything to do with what's happening right now. The Four of Discs and the Capricorn energy and the connection to the sun and our harvests. And this is where we transform from the devil energies. That's what's happening there. And it's connected to the Ace of Wands. And that's where we get our inspiration from, and that's connected to the child. And there is the coming together of the seed of life, the two tetrahedrons, and the masculine and feminine energy. There's also, they're showing me the representation of the square and the circle coming together to form the two tetrahedrons and the seed of life within there. Let's get one more message and see how this is all coming together. Well, That card went a-flying. It's right here. This card flew up and the other cards flew down. These cards flew down. And this card was sitting upright right underneath. And there's quite representation in here of yin and yang with these two roses. This card is connected to our initiations. Truth. Athelia. Let's just go with truth. Our soul recognizes the truth when someone speaks it. A cool wave of relief washes over the room and all the facts and figures in the world fall by the wayside. Such is the power of this card. It has an undeniable resonance that goes beyond the rational. We can also recognize it by its contagiousness. When we hear someone speak the truth, we see the truth within ourselves, and we are more likely to tell our own story. This card also requires us to step toward an active truth. This might look like a conversation, a gesture, a poetic act, or even a ritual that honors the unveiling of what's been concealed. Reclaiming your own truth is a way to reclaim your vital energy, health, and sense of belonging in the world. Truth has its own wings. Set it free. Clarity, revelation, and disclosure. It is said that the resonance of our voice changes when we speak a falsity. In this light, practice seeing truth as a vibration. Truth is a vibration, authentic tune, everything we talk about here. Picasso said we all know that art is not truth. Art is a lie that makes us realize truth, at least the truth that is given us to understand. And this even ties into this reading where this message came from. You know, one of the cards that came out of our Sacred Mirrors deck was the White Caucasian Woman. And I was sitting here reading it, and right away I was feeling very uncomfortable because just of the disconnects within our community. You know, we judge people by their race and where they're from right away. There's a charge right there that disconnects us. And so not everybody, but so many people, you know, and we've all experienced hate. We've all experienced intolerance. You know, I've had people spit at me because of the color of my skin. I've had people remove their children from playing with my own. I've had people think that I'm after other people's husbands, all kinds of stuff. And you know what? Then be told that I deserve it because the color of my skin, and it's just my time. And then I've watched other people, you know, tear down other races and call them all kinds of names and prejudge. And I don't believe in that. I've never done that from the time I was a child. I never saw color. I just see people. I see energy. And that's where we're shifting things up around here. We're breaking the disconnects between our communities, and we're all coming back to love. It doesn't matter where we're from. We're coming back to love. We are children of the sun, and we all have a pain story. We all have an experience that we came here to create with and manifest through. And that's what we're doing. It's not about sitting here stuck in these templates that are not allowing change, because this is all about change. This whole entire everything we're doing is allowing change to create flow. And it has to do with karma and creating anew with our light and allowing that process, and also to working with the dark to the light. And we connect the sun and the moon. We connect the God and goddess energies within us. We don't have to feel separate from anything. We are connected to all of creation. And I'm even understanding this to a whole new level now. And I look forward to our next readings. We are going to shift things up around here. We're going to get a little lighthearted. We're going to do a reading for the feminine and the masculine, a little holiday special, as well as we're going to have our Christmas special. And I want to thank you guys for bearing with me. I know at the beginning of the reading, I think my nails on the cards were making a little bit of noise, but I want to get that information out there. I'm the spider creating the spider web, and not everything can be perfect. I must allow my mistakes in order to transform. And I'm sharing that with you in order for you guys to remember, allow your mistakes to allow transformation. Don't get caught in the perfection. because that's the illusion of the devil energies. Imperfect is life, flaws and all. Everything that's perfect is artificial intelligence. I want to thank you guys for joining me here. Much love and healing vibes sent your way to create with today. I'll see you very soon for all this special times we're having here. Take care. And I'm so glad I checked this out. There is the connection between the feminine and masculine right here. We switched to the wand here with the 7 of Wands and the Ace of Wands. And we have the Prince of Wands. Now we're connecting to the masculine energy from the feminine. And right underneath that card is the Emperor. And now we have counterparts right here. We've connected the moon and the sun from within to without. And it has everything to do with growth on our spiritual quest with the 9 of Pentacles. And the all. Releasing to embrace. We release to embrace. And there is the 10 of Cups. We're crossing over to New Earth. What we're expanding here. Because we're builders of the light. And it's connected to our spirituality. We allow connection to our spirituality. This is chakra flow. Healing. What we talked about. The energy of the Kundalini, the Caduceus. Higher self. And it's all to do with, we go within the dark with the energies of the priestess. And this is where the flow really begins. We're healing here. And look at that. There's success. Stability of the light. We've advanced. Take care, guys.